大家好，欢迎来到我的小博客。Hi, welcome to my channel. So we have some new updates from 中华人民共和国教育部 from the Chinese Education Ministry about the new HSK. This update was released on March 24th and it's gonna go into effect on July the 1st. It doesn't mean that every test that takes place after July 1st, 2021 is gonna be by default in the new format. No. I wrote to the Confucius Institute for clarification and this is the response that I got. It was very sweet of them to respond very quickly, so we do not expect to see the new format on the test this year. As for the document that was released, it does say that implementation date is July 1st, but most likely that means that starting July 1st, the HSK authorities will start creating sample tests, will start creating preparation materials. It's more like for them, for the authorities to start working on that format rather than for us to start worrying about how to take that test. Overhauling the system is still lots of work and it's gonna take lots of time. So if you're preparing for the old format, continue to do so. If you have a specific day in mind, like you wanna take your HSK in October, there is nothing to worry about for you. Use the old preparation materials. The change will not concern you. If you're just thinking about taking an HSK test and you don't have a specific date in mind, you're just thinking you're gonna take it someday down the road, use old materials until the new ones are available. If you're absolutely new to the upcoming format, you can watch this video here. I talk at length about the new levels that the new system will have. So now, what about the new update? The authorities have released more specific requirements for each level. It's a 260-page document in Chinese. I have looked it through for you, but I still attach the link in the description for the most curious of you to browse. Also, the update contains what we all wanted so much, the new vocabulary lists.
Words.
So you can browse through that too. Okay, so now it's official that elementary levels, levels from 1 to 3, or as the guidelines call them, bands 1 to 3, will include 4 skills: listening, speaking, writing and reading. Intermediate from band 4 to 6 and advanced from 7 to 9 will include those 4 plus translation. Now, as for translation, it is still not clear which second language will be used for translation, whether it will be English only or whether versions in mother tongues of test takers will be available. And it is actually a big question because it would be weird to ask, say, Russians to translate from English into Chinese, right? Because for that one would need English skills, and obviously English skills is not what the test is supposed to test. So yeah, it's a big question from which language you will be asked to translate, and we hope that further updates will clarify that. Also, what we learn here is that it's going to be oral translation. Level 4 will require skills of informal reception. Probably you will be asked to translate some kind of introduction between friends, that's what I think it will mean, and 陪同口译, accompanying translation. The topics and the vocabulary will be the same difficulty as you have in listening and reading, so it's going to be the same vocabulary essentially. Type of texts are narration, which is a short story, and explanation or instructions. Level 5 will require skills of simple consecutive translation. 交替传译. Type of text, narration and instructions of average difficulty and simple argumentation. Level 6 says that it will require also skills to adjust and translate again. It doesn't give more details, but I guess that it would require some flexibility of your translation. For example, when the speaker says something wrong and then he corrects himself, and you have to adjust your translation to that. We'll see what it means in future updates. Starting from level 7, you have formal settings, and in level 7 you will have formal accompanying and consecutive translation. It says it's going to have average length texts and deal with business writing, instructions and argumentation. In level 8 we have formal language, lengthy specialized texts, and same type of texts, business writing, instructions, and argumentation. And in level 9, we have the craziest of all. We have specialized simultaneous translation, 同声传译. Now, as for the types of translation, I know that consecutive translation is when the speaker says a sentence or several sentences, then he stops and then you translate what he said. And simultaneous translation is translating at the same time as the speaker, but with, of course, some kind of delay. But I have no idea what they mean by accompanying translation. Maybe I have some professional translators here, so if you know what that means, please feel free to comment below, please tell us, because obviously accompanying translation is not the same as simultaneous, because simultaneous is the hardest and it is tested in level 9, and accompanying starts from level 4, so obviously it is something easy, but I just don't know how it is performed. Apparently in difficulty it goes like accompanying translation, consecutive translation, simultaneous translation. Okay, that was it for today. Remember to like this video if it was useful, so that more test takers could see it. And also feel free to comment what other requirements you would like me to talk about. Okay, 谢谢大家耐心观看，下次再见，拜拜。